Why should you hide LED strip lights power supply? Hiding the power supply for your LED strip lights is a great way to create a more polished look in your home. 10 best ways on how to hide LED strip lights power supply. 1. Using power supply cover. This will help to conceal the power supply and make it less visible. 2. Hiding behind furniture. Another great way to hide your power supply is by hiding it behind furniture. 3. Paste it on top of crown molding. If you want to hide your power supply but do not want to use a cover, you can place it on top of the crown molding. 4. Hiding in a closet. This will help keep the unit out of sight and protect it from any potential damage. 5. Inside a ceiling tile. If you have access to the ceiling, another great way to hide your power supply is by placing it inside a ceiling tile. 6. In a false wall. Another option for hiding your power supply is to build a false wall. 7. Behind a mirror. This is probably one of the more creative ways to store your power supply for LED lights. 8. Hiding under a floor joist. You can use a zip tie or some other fastener to secure the power supply. 9. Behind the bottom of the mantle. It is also much more difficult to accidentally knock the power supply off the mantle this way. 10. Inside a drywall. There are many different ways how to hide LED strip lights power supply. Few things to consider when hiding LED strip lights power supply. 1. Make enough space for ventilation. The power supply needs to be able to breathe or it will overheat and become a fire hazard. 2. Keep it out of reach of children and pets. Another thing to consider is to keep the power supply out of reach of children and pets. 3. Make sure the power supply is cool. Power supplies can get very hot, and if they are not properly cooled, they can become a fire hazard. 4. Make sure there is no access to water. Water and power supplies do not mix, and if the power supply gets wet, it can become a fire hazard. 5. Consider the size of the power supply. When hiding your power supply, make sure to consider the size of the power supply. In conclusion, several methods can be used if you are looking for a way to hide your LED strip lights power supply.